Prince Harry's legal battle against Associated Newspapers is set to be a landmark case. The trial, scheduled for early 2026, has captured global attention. At its core, the lawsuit represents Prince Harry's determination to challenge unlawful practices by the British tabloid press. It's a stand against intrusion and a call for greater accountability. The case centres around allegations of phone hacking and privacy breaches. The world will be watching closely as this case unfolds. At the heart of Prince Harry's lawsuit are serious allegations of unlawful information gathering. The case centres around claims of phone hacking, a practice that has plagued the British media for years. This involves illegally intercepting voicemail messages to gain private information. Beyond phone hacking, the lawsuit also encompasses broader allegations of privacy breaches. This includes claims of using private investigators to obtain personal information through illicit means. Such practices strike at the core of an individual's right to privacy, a fundamental right that should be protected. The lawsuit alleges that these unlawful practices were used to generate sensational stories. These stories were then published with little regard for the truth or the impact on those involved. The use of such methods raises serious ethical questions about the conduct of some sections of the British media. Prince Harry's legal team will aim to prove that these practices were not isolated incidents. They will argue that they were part of a wider culture of unethical behaviour within Associated Newspapers. If successful, the case could have far-reaching consequences for the publisher and the wider tabloid industry. The stakes in this legal battle are incredibly high for all parties involved. For Prince Harry, this is not simply about financial compensation, though damages could be substantial. This is about seeking justice, holding those responsible accountable, and sending a clear message that such practices are unacceptable. A victory for Prince Harry could bring a sense of vindication. It could also empower other victims of media intrusion to come forward. However, a loss could be a significant setback, potentially deterring others from challenging powerful media organisations. For Associated Newspapers, the financial implications are significant. A guilty verdict could result in a hefty fine and substantial legal costs. Beyond the financial penalties, the publisher also faces reputational damage. The trial itself will bring renewed scrutiny to the practices of the tabloid press. This could lead to further investigations and potential regulatory changes. The outcome of this case has the potential to reshape the relationship between the media and those they report on. Prince Harry's legal battle is about more than just personal grievances. It represents a broader fight for media accountability and ethical journalism. The case highlights the need for greater transparency and responsibility within the media industry. The Duke of Sussex has been a vocal critic of what he perceives as unethical practices within certain sections of the press. He believes that these practices have caused significant harm, not only to him but to others who have been targeted. This lawsuit is part of a growing movement demanding greater accountability from the media. The public is increasingly aware of the power of the press and the potential for abuse. The outcome of this case could have a ripple effect, encouraging greater scrutiny of journalistic practices and potentially leading to stricter regulations. It is a fight for a fairer and more ethical media landscape, one where individuals are not exploited for sensational headlines. Section 5. United Front, high-profile figures join the cause. Prince Harry is not alone in his fight against Associated Newspapers. His lawsuit is one of several being brought against the publisher by high-profile individuals. This collective action sends a powerful message about the alleged scale of unlawful information gathering. Among those joining Prince Harry in this legal battle are prominent figures from the entertainment and media industries. Their involvement brings added weight and attention to the case, amplifying the call for accountability. This united front demonstrates a growing willingness among public figures to challenge media intrusion. It highlights a shared concern about the methods employed by some sections of the press. The presence of these high-profile individuals ensures that the case will remain in the public eye. It also increases the pressure on associated newspapers to answer for the allegations against them. This collective action could be a turning point in the fight for greater media accountability. Section 6. Echoes of the Past. Meghan's Triumph. Prince Harry's legal battle against associated newspapers resonates with a previous victory against the same publisher. In 2021, Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, won her own privacy case against the Mail on Sunday. This case also centred around the publication of private correspondence. Meghan's victory was a significant moment in the fight against media intrusion. The court ruled in her favour, acknowledging her right to privacy and condemning the newspaper's actions. This outcome set a precedent for holding the media accountable for breaches of privacy. The similarities between the two cases are striking. Both involve allegations of unlawful information gathering and disregard for privacy. The fact that both Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have taken legal action against the same publisher raises serious questions about its practices. Meghan's previous victory could bolster Prince Harry's case. It demonstrates that the courts are willing to hold the media accountable for privacy violations. This context adds another layer of complexity and significance to Prince Harry's legal battle. Section 7. The Path to Resolution, Trial or Settlement. As the trial date of early 2026 approaches, the question remains whether the case will actually go to court. There is always the possibility of a settlement being reached between Prince Harry and associated newspapers. A settlement could involve a public apology from the publisher, financial compensation to Prince Harry, and potentially an agreement to cease certain practices. Such an outcome would avoid a lengthy and costly trial, but it might not provide the same level of public accountability. On the other hand, Prince Harry seems determined to have his day in court. He has repeatedly emphasized his commitment to holding those responsible for wrongdoing accountable. A trial would allow for a full airing of the evidence and arguments, potentially leading to a more decisive outcome. The decision of whether to settle or proceed to trial is a complex one. It involves weighing the potential benefits and risks of each option. Ultimately, the path to resolution will depend on the willingness of both parties to engage in meaningful negotiations. Section 8. Shifting Sands. Potential impact on media landscape. Prince Harry's legal battle against associated newspapers is unfolding against a backdrop of increasing scrutiny of the media. The case has the potential to significantly impact the relationship between public figures and the press. A victory for Prince Harry could embolden other individuals to come forward with their own claims of media intrusion. It could lead to a wave of litigation against media organizations accused of unethical practices. This case could also prompt legislative changes aimed at strengthening privacy protections and curbing intrusive journalistic practices. The British government has already faced calls to reform media regulations in light of the phone hacking scandal. The outcome of this case could have a ripple effect across the media landscape, leading to greater accountability and a shift towards more ethical journalism. It could force media organizations to re-evaluate their methods and prioritize the privacy and well-being of individuals. Section 9. A Legacy of Change, Public Discourse and Media Reform. Regardless of the final verdict, Prince Harry's legal battle has already sparked important conversations about media ethics and accountability. The case has ignited public debate about the boundaries of press freedom and the responsibility of journalists to report truthfully and ethically. This heightened awareness is crucial for driving meaningful change within the media industry. As the public becomes more informed about the potential for media intrusion, they are more likely to demand better from those who report the news. The legacy of this case could be a more responsible and accountable media landscape. It could lead to greater transparency in journalistic practices and a renewed commitment to ethical reporting. This shift would benefit not only public figures but society as a whole. Prince Harry's pursuit of justice has shone a light on the need for change. It has sparked a conversation that could ultimately lead to a fairer and more ethical media ecosystem. The impact of this case will likely be felt for years to come, influencing public discourse and shaping the future of media reform.